Hey Zen friends, welcome to the Virgo Full Moon Lunar Eclipse. How will we use this powerful eclipse full moon energy? Well, we'll chat about that, the energy of the Virgo full moon, as well, and see what this eclipse combination brings into focus for us. We'll also have a tarot and oracle card reading to see what this energy brings for us all. But let's start talking about the eclipse. We can feel the impact of the eclipses 4 to 6 weeks, even 8 weeks before and after the eclipses happen themselves. So we've already been feeling these energies for a while and will continue to feel them more intensely as we are closer to the actual eclipse dates. But what is a lunar eclipse? And this is when the Earth is in between the sun and the moon, creating a shadow over the moon. And we can see the Earth as the physical world and the moon as a symbol of our dream. And in a way, this is the physical world getting in between us and our dream. Eclipses can bring unavoidable endings and beginnings. But if we look at these endings as removal of obstacles that were standing in between us and our true dream, bringing clarity of what our true dream is, and alteration of course to take us further on our path toward our true dream, when we look at all that, then we can be a bit more accepting of the endings and beginnings and go with the flow. So this word true dream, what is that? We have dreams that are given to us from others and society when we're growing up. And we aren't aware of our true heart's dream, capital T true heart's dream, at those earlier ages. So we take on the dreams from the external world. And an indicator that we're living someone else's dream is if we wake up in the morning feeling like, oh crap, I have to go live my dream today. Another indicator is that when we have no passion toward the dream that we're trying to live. When we're living our true dream, we never give up. And when we're trying to live someone else's dream, we give up easy saying, oh well, I tried. But our fears of failure or disappointing others can keep us from leaping toward our true dream. But when the ugly feeling of not being true to ourselves outweighs those fears, that is when we make that leap. So we can be grateful for the endings and beginnings that come into our lives, grounded in the knowing that everything that unfolds in our life is happening for us in some way, removing things that are trapping us, holding us back, or blocking us, and making space for that which is more in alignment with our higher self and the path they want to experience. When you add in the flavor of Virgo to this full moon eclipse, it combines the grounding, detail-oriented energy of Virgo with the transformative power of a full moon eclipse. So what energy can we expect during this time? Emotional release. This eclipse may prompt you to release habits or routines that no longer serve you, as Virgo energy is about our daily schedule. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you investing time in what you are? Where can you redirect that moment-to-moment energy that would serve your true dream more? Some questions you can ask during this energy. Self-improvement. You may feel a strong urge to declutter, detox, or reorganize your life. Virgo mental energy can amplify our need for structure, echoing a belief that clutter can kill you. So spring cleaning can be ignited now as you clear away the things that are taking up energy. And in releasing these things from our physical bodies and our physical lives, we can open up flow of amazing things to flow into our lives that help support the true dream. health and wellness. So you may be encouraged to evaluate your physical, mental, and even emotional health. Virgo's sixth house energy is about the journey of the physical body, but that can extend into our physical life as well with the amplification of the eclipse energy. So taking a step back from the chaos that is our life as a human for self-reflective evaluation can be a productive way to use this energy. Letting go of perfectionism. You may be encouraged to embrace your perceived flaws and create more balance in your daily routines. Because we are truly perfect in the sight of the higher realms. Because they love us and accept us eternally and unconditionally, meaning no conditions. And with zero conditions to meet, we're meeting 100% of them, which is perfection. But the human character experience here on the earth involves us making up a bunch of conditional rules of love and acceptance, which even contradict each other. And that means that no human has the exact same rules as any other, which ends up in each human character disappointing other human characters when they don't live up to that person's exact expectations and rules. And this shaking up of the Virgo full moon lunar eclipse can make us face these disappointments in others and feeling as if we are a disappointment to someone else or ourselves. And this experience can allow us to shed away limiting beliefs that have held us back from believing that we can step toward our true dream. So how will this eclipse energy impact you specifically? We are all unique flavors of cosmic soup because very, very little of us have the exact birth chart of another living human, because we would have to be born in the exact same place at the exact same time. So to consider how this eclipse may impact your relationships, your career, or your personal beliefs, check where 23 degrees of Virgo may fall in your birth chart. And this position will reveal the specific area of your life that's primed for transformation. Now, you can also see what other planets are at around 23 degrees to see what aspects are formed during this eclipse. Some tips for working with this eclipse energy are to be kind to yourself and others. Take a look at your daily habits. Let go of the old to make space for the new. And focus on what's right in front of you here and now. So I hope this information helps make your path easier as we move through this eclipse energy. And now, let's see what else Spirit wants to share with you through the Tarot and Oracle. Alrighty, so we have 3 Oracle decks that we're going to use, and since this is all about the shadow of the Earth on the Moon, we're going to start off with the Queen of the Moon Oracle, and then we do have the Cosmic Magic Oracle, then we have the Path of Shadows Oracle, and the Tarot of the Shadow Realm. So Shadow, Shadow, Moon, Moon. There's a theme here, right? So let's start off with the Queen of the Moon Oracle and just see what overall energies they would like us to be aware of, in addition to what we talked about in the intro. So let's take a look here and see, what do you want us as a collective to be aware of during this Virgo full moon eclipse? So let's take a look here. So we've got boundaries. Card number 12 coming in here. Beautiful, beautiful card. We'll just put her up here. And let's see what message comes in with this one. So judging what you need and what you don't need allows you to place healthy boundaries. That's what we were talking about, letting go of the old and that doesn't serve you anymore, and allowing the new to come in, and then having a boundary around that so we don't keep letting things in that don't match our energies and that aren't for us anymore. says you teach people how to treat you. So judge what is healthy and right for you with clarity and care and simplify. So here's that energy of decluttering too. Little, what do you call those? Affirmations. For this is I can say yes or no with authenticity and clarity. Says in times of sickness or say the presence of very strong emotions, such as grief, we often naturally simplify. We cut out all the extras that are too hard or too complex at that time. We might not take up an invitation to an event we might have to work at attending. We might only watch a film we know uplifts us. We might only want to see or communicate with friends we know and trust to understand, love and support us, warts and all. We might only choose to spend the depth of our heart and time with a few people rather than many, and we become vastly sensitive to those we now discover take their unfair share of our energy. We might also look to our body more compassionately and eat nourishing foods to heal it, do comforting things for it to recover more easily, or just decide to rest it completely. If we're healthy people, we naturally action a kind of simplicity and a set of boundaries to protect ourselves so we can give ourselves some space to heal. So much that Virgo energy we were talking about. What if we did this all the time? What if we more consciously chose more simply and specifically for the benefit of our own mind, body, and spirit? Yes, life is complex, but it can be richer and more enjoyable if we pare back what is negatively extra and choose a more deliberate and authentic path. We don't need so much fluff and people-pleasing and running around madly and fast food and fast fashion and gossip and hardcore Olympic-level scheduling and stress. We just don't. Look at what you chose to do last time you were forced to simplify. If it was a positive choice, maybe that could be your starting point for something better today. This judgment you made was for you, and it worked. Not all judgment is bad or to be avoided. Every single one of us judges every day. We judge what brand of washing powder to buy among many. We judge what TV show is good and what isn't. We vote, which is a judgment on trust. We have a legal system with a judge. We judge what we will accept and what we will not. If we don't, we do not have values, nor do we have boundaries. Huge issues for some. To simply focus on your own experiences and not look outside yourself for justice may all be very nice for gurus, but for those of us who want to be the change they wish to see, I judge, happily, that certain things are unacceptable. So I strive to change those things. People judged that slavery wasn't right and involved themselves in change, even to the extent of waging war. People judged that whaling wasn't right, so it's been banned in most countries. We judged that apartheid wasn't right, and people died to change it. One brave man, Nelson Mandela, was jailed for decades as a result. Boundaries teach people how to treat us, and this is a kind of positive judgment. Wow. Companion stone for this is obsidian. A great movie, too, about Nelson Mandela. It's called Invictus, Invictus, I think, with Morgan Freeman. He plays Nelson Mandela, and I forget the other guy. He's famous, too. But it's a great movie because it talks about we are the masters of our own fate, and it's an amazing, uplifting movie if you want to watch that. But I love that. All that energy really supports that Virgo energy there. Now, let's also pull from the Cosmic Magic Oracle. See what else they want to add. The other actor is the one that played Jason Bourne. I can see his face, but the name escapes me. So, all right. Let's see what else we have here. All right, this one here. So we've got new moon with intention. So I love this energy. We got 36 and we had 12. 12 times 3 is 36. So the new moon that happens on in 2 weeks from this lunar eclipse is the solar eclipse new moon in Aries. So I feel like here is this energy letting us know there's something that is going to be reborn during here as well. So let's take a look here and see what other energy this brings in. All right. So it says every day is a new day, and we begin each day with a clean slate of energy to do whatever we want with it. An opportunity to do things to support our well-being. There's all this self-well-beingness coming in with this reading today. So to choose how we want to show up in the world, to live with intention. The new moon is the first phase in the lunar cycle. It represents a new beginning in nature, an energetic clean slate, an opportunity to start anew. So think of it as a mini new year every month. I like that. Fresh start vibes. And with this fresh start comes an opportunity to set some new intentions in our lives. The new moon card acts as a reminder that we can always start anew, that you are deserving of a fresh start, that you can set intentions to support your well-being, that you can live intentionally. And when this new moon card pops up in a reading, reflect on the following 3 questions. 1, what are some intentions that I would like to set in my life right now? Number 2, how do I make a point to live intentionally? And number 3, is there anything holding me back from living with intention? Affirmation for the card, I am worthy of living a life that aligns with my intentions, our true dream. A self-care practice says set aside some quiet time for yourself and think about an intention that you would like to set in your life right now that can support your well-being. Your intention can be as big or small as you want it to be, and then think of one thing, or a few things if you'd rather, that you can do to take action toward that intention. Just taking one little step is great too. Be gentle with yourself and go at your own pace. I love it. Like virtually everything we've talked about so far, we talked about in the intro, and it's all being reinforced here in this with the cards. All right, and then we're going to look at the Path of Shadows Oracle here. Let's see what else do they want to add in here, and then we'll pull some tarot here. All right. So what else would you like us to know as a collective, please? All right. Okay. Patience maybe is our big message here. They said they'll make it very obvious, so all right. There it is. This one right here. All righty. So we've got the Grim Reaper. Dun, 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 dun. Try to have without a glare on there for you. It says, in the realm of twilight where shadows converge, the Grim Reaper's scythe, is that what that is? Or skith, guides souls to the verge. So, of course, this very much has this energy of death and rebirth that comes in here, right? So, very much eclipse energy. And here's the big moon on here, too. Now, let me find this real quick here. So the Grim Reaper card says, how many deaths have you died? What was born inside of you every time? So this shadowy figure emerges from the depths of the tarot deck like a shadowy harbinger of the unknown. Its presence alone sends shivers down the spine of those who dare to gaze upon it. But as the card appears, it whispers of transformation, the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. For the Reaper is not merely a symbol of death, but a keeper of secrets that lie beyond the mortal realm. It beckons the curious to confront their deepest fears, to accept the unknown, and find the strength to face the inevitable. For only by embracing the darkness can one emerge into the light. For only letting go can you ready for embracing a new life. Again, every single one of these cards is what we talked about. A lot of the same phrasing that came up in the intro there. So I love that. All right, and then we have the Tarot of the Shadow Realm here. And let's just see more specifically anything else that Spirit would like us to know about this moon. Eclipse, lunar eclipse. All right. So let's take a look here. What else do you have for us? What else would you like us to know? Okay, they do want those. And these came out together. Okay, what else? Okay, evidently those. All right. And then we've got these. Let me just move these like that for now. Wow. We got all those. And I feel like these go along the bottom here. All right. Yeah, so we have the Five of Cups energy on the bottom. And the Five of Cups energy, it is about, number 5 is a number of transformation. And it's about movement from lower vibrational emotional energy into higher vibrational emotional energy. So I really like this transformative death and rebirth energy, and it is very emotional, I feel, during this time. You know, full moons automatically ignite our power. They automatically amplify any emotions that we are feeling. And so if we're feeling higher vibrational emotions, then it expands those. If we're focused on lower vibrational emotions, well, guess what, Buttercup? But the great thing is that, you know, we grow up thinking that we can only feel lower vibrational emotion. Like, you know, this is how you have to feel about that, and this is how you have to feel about that, and that, and that. But when we realize that, you know, the Five of Cups usually has someone mourning over the 3 spilt cups, but behind them are 2 cups, which is the power of emotional choice. That any moment I get to choose how I feel, even though growing up, we are given a lot of supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be around emotion. And one becomes our own opinion, taken on from opinions of other people. It becomes our habit, becomes our reaction, where we don't feel like we're making an emotional choice, but we are. If we slowed everything down, we could realize, I no longer want to choose to feel that way. I'm going to choose a different way. Because theoretically, I could choose for the rest of my life to choose joy or positive, higher vibration emotions in every way. But like that said, that's for gurus, you know. That'd be boring, you know. When we get tired of feeling low vibrational emotions, we can always choose a higher vibration emotion. We're not trapped in that. I love that. So I like the way this ended up working out here. We got 2 with an underlying energy, 2 with an underlying energy, 3 with an underlying energy, 2 with an underlying energy, and then 3 is kind of like a conclusion kind of feel to it. So let's find out here first. We got the 4 of Cups. So here is this balancing of energy. And, you know, with the 5 of Cups being like this big underlying emotional thing, the 4 of Cups tells us that everything that we face, every emotion that comes across our path that, you know, floods our heart and says, feel me, is for us to move up. You know, when you're looking at the minor arcana suits, you start off with an ace, which is a gift, and then we move into the 2, which is the power of choice. with whatever, in this case would be the power of emotional choice. Then we move to the 3 that brings up a challenge, then brings us to 4, which brings us back into balance. But after a while, each level becomes stagnant, where water flowing in is good, but then if it sits for a long time, then things start to grow in it, and that stagnant water is not healthy, right? And so the 5 comes along to shake us up again, to bring us to another balanced 6 of cups. And then we're good in that a while, become stagnant. Then a 7 comes along, which helps bring us to the 8, etc. So this is about growth, emotional growth, and we have a great opportunity for this. And then we have the Page of Coins. Yeah. So it does bring us to new opportunities in the outside world as we face this energy, as we face this emotional stability that brings us into, I can't take it anymore. It's like, kind of like we were talking about in the beginning about a true dream. When we're living someone else's dream, we have okay, that's good. At least I'm starting to feel a little fuller, but it doesn't last longer. And this is what kind of nudges us and sparks us to look at something bigger, right? Let me just scooch these over a little bit, and let's look at and see what the underlying energy. Yeah, the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords is mental energy, but it's about thievery and what have like our limiting thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have cheated us out of opportunities, fears that have kept us from moving forward, like in the case of our true dream. It's like, well, no, I had a dream when I was young, and I was told, grow up, that, you can't be an astronaut. Everyone wants to be an astronaut, and there's very little. Think of something more reasonable. Pop, our balloon gets popped, right? And then these fears come up of rejection and being thought of as stupid, or, disappointing others, or that we're going to upset others, right? So I like this progression, that this facing these underlying fears, realizing that we feel stagnant and we feel like we're existing and not living, allows us to look for these new opportunities that match our true dream in the outside world. We got the 8 of Wands. Yeah, action. This is fire, passion, movement, and a lot of it. The 8 is a big flowing number. So this really does get our passion, does get us going. Even if it's like, well, I don't feel comfortable enough, like leaving my job and just, abandoning it all and taking a risk to go after my dream. Most of us will start pursuing our dream and taking little steps towards it, start growing our dream to where it's more of a handoff, or we maybe even eventually go part-time in our job that's funding our lives, and we're not like living to work, we're working to live, not to exist, but to live our dream. And so this passion and this energy comes in, and this movement. Yeah. Here's the Tower energy of the eclipses. The Tower tells us here that, when things are removed out of our life, they are moved out of our lives for us, exactly as we talked about in the intro again, to make space for things that are more in alignment with our higher self and our true dream, to clear the pathway to allow us to move forward. So maybe it is a relationship that was draining us and we had no other energy, and now that we're single, I have all this energy to pour into my dream. Or it was they weren't supportive of it. Now they're out of our lives. Now we feel like we can do it. It could be a job that was so demanding and taking so much of our energy that we'd had nothing left over. Now we can find a simpler job, so I can focus on my mental and emotional and other energy on my passion and my dream. Instead of that. Or it might be where, okay, well, I'm in a place now where I can pursue something more in alignment with what I want to do, because now that's gone, right? Any kind of toxic relationship, whether it's a person, a situation, or a location even, this frees things up. And, when the tower's burning down, usually there's a lightning bolt that brings us awareness and illumination in the darkness. But when that tower's burning down and we're like, no, not our, condemned, leaking roof, leaking pipes, leaking gas, full of rats, condemned tower is burning down. No. But if we knew that if that tower burned down and they clear away the rubble and it's replaced with a brand new upgraded tower and even 4 towers and big walls and a castle, we'd be like, oh, I'm okay with that burning down. And this kind of energy they're preparing us for this eclipse is try to remember when there's a burning tower, something's burning down, it's for us. It's not happening to us. It's for us to clear away space so we can move towards our true dream. Let's see what energy's underneath there. Yeah, the 9 of Wands. Oops, sorry. So the 9 of Wands is this energy of feeling blocked, feeling like something that was keeping us from moving forward, and that tower is destroying that. So I like that. All right, and let's see what these 3 cards bring in. So we've got the 8 of Cups, so more movement coming in here. Sorry, I'm not looking at the camera over here. 8 of Cups is about letting go of emotions that no longer serve us and allowing these relationships that don't serve us, and then suppressed and pushed down emotions that we've been suppressing for a very long time, allowing those to flow and let those go too. We got the Queen of Swords. Wow, powerful card. She is the balance between head and heart. I really like that energy because, we can get caught up in our head of the supposed to be's and the should be's and the need to be's and the have to be's, like the 7 of Swords we talked about. Well, she wields the Ace of Swords that allows us to cut those away and transform them into higher wisdom and higher knowledge, realizing everything I've gone through up to this point has helped me prepare for skills to move towards my true dream, that nothing happens by accident. It's all unfolding, giving us wisdom, giving us knowledge, giving us skills to be able to move toward our dream here. But this is about the balancing where, when we allow our head with all those expectations to lead us, we're existing. When we allow the heart to balance out the mind, then we can move towards something that's more in alignment with our true dream, and it brings that energy through. Yeah, and the 5 of Wands. Yeah, the transformation of energy from lower vibration to higher vibration. So it allows us to have our passions more in alignment. And the 5 of Wands, too, is that energy of realizing that any conflict we've had with individuals was mirrors for us. Any conflicts with situations was a mirror for us, too. To be able to realize what it is we truly want by mirroring our own selves back to ourselves, right? Let's see, the underlying energy. Yep, Knight of Swords. Movement of thought and belief and mindset. The quest for capital T truth. What is our true dream? And letting go of the old beliefs that are rooted in small t truths of fear, right? Fear of rejection, fear of being a disappointment. Those types of things that hold us back, right? So I love this empowerment that's coming through here. Right? And then this last group here, we've got the Lover's card. The Lover's card is the power of emotional choice. It is also the card of important relationships. It can be romantic, but it can be family, friends, co-workers, your fur babies, feather babies, finned guild babies, whatever. But it's about how relationship and the power of emotional choice is ours, in that relationship can be part of the conduit through which things change here. Let's see what these other cards are, get some clarity. Well, okay. And then you got the 2 of Cups, which is basically the same card. Same energy, emotional choice. It's just minor arcana versus major arcana. So relationships are very important during this time. And of course, with the 8 of Cups, you're realizing what relationships you're over giving into. Like, you're the one that gives 70, 80, 90% into these relationships with people, and they've been consistently only giving 10, 20, and 30. This is part of that tower of letting go, clearing away these relationships, whether with people or job or whatever, or school, whatever resonates for you. But it's about clearing away that and stepping into your power of emotional choice. Because when we're living our dream, we get to choose, what anything means. what kind of keeps us from stepping into going forward and pursuing who we want and what we want and where we want, if we want to live somewhere else, is the fear of rejection, right? We fear we're going to let people down. We fear what are people going to say? What is their opinion of me going to be? And it's like, well, that's their own opinion, and they get to have that. But we get to have the choice, both the mental choice of the story you want to put to something, the emotional choice, how do I want to feel as I go through something, the passionate choice, where am I investing my energy, where am I focusing my energy, and then the physical world, what actions am I going to take in the physical world? That's all that you can control, and that's all you're responsible for. Everyone else, that's their own adventure, and we can stop defining ourself, our success, our path by other people's emotional choices. That's theirs, right? They could also choose to be happy for us, but that's up to them, not us. And just a reminder, Spirit was like, all these eggs that are ready to hatch, that you've been birthing these, and now it's time to sit on your egg and let this new birth come forward. And I love that. Let's see what else is below here. Yep, 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands is a dual kind of energy. On one hand, it is the card of burden and having put so much energy into trying to live like up to the expectations and trying to make other dreams come true. But this is about also, it's about abundance. Usually it's like someone that has 10 long staves on their shoulders, which you can look at it, one emotional choice is, look at that burden. The other choice is, look at that harvest, right? And so I love the duality here that comes in with choosing. I get to choose it. I can put a silver lining on anything if I want to. And we can become an expert at finding things to be grateful for or to complain about. And either way, the more we practice, the better we master it, right? All right. And then your final 3 cards. What does this all lead to here? If you take all of this energy and you use all of this amazing Virgo eclipse energy with the full moon expansiveness, where can it bring you? You got the 8 of coins, 8 of pentacles. If you put in the blood, the sweat, the tears, the apprentice becomes the master. I love that. The apprentice becomes the master. In the outside world, the benefit for all the work you're putting in, you will see that. And I love that. And then you have the 3 of swords. Yeah, you also get to realize that all this time with the 3 of swords, that's expectations equal disappointment. But there's this wonderful awareness that comes in that we realize that heartbreak is a lie. It's a misperception. And I know when I first, Spirit was telling me about this, I was like, well, I might just need to disagree with you for a moment, or I need to ask you some questions. And they're very gentle. They're very, of course, they're eternal beings. They're like, sure, what questions do you have? And I'm like, well, all this time and this time and this time and this time, I sure felt like my heart was breaking. So what was it then if it wasn't this? And they were like, oh, that was fear pricking in your heart. Remember like when your brother used to scare the crap out of you and you used to scare the crap out of your brother? And I'm like, yeah, I remember that. And he goes, do you remember that prick in your heart when you thought, oh my God, it's an alien attacking me or something? And because when you realized it was your brother, it immediately started to calm down and it went away, right? And I'm like, yeah. Now think of that same prick in your heart and remember when you first found out that, your first relationship was cheating on you. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's the same prick in my heart. And they kind of just took me through those memories and led me to feel just the prick so that I could compare it all and go, wow, it is fear. And this is the transformation that we fear rejection. We fear that. And the thing about emotional monsters versus physical monsters, like the perceived physical monster my brother was being when he scared me, the emotional monsters, we don't realize it right away. We don't process it and understand that, oh, me defining myself by their actions was the monster, and it's not real because their emotion and their action doesn't define me. Oh, over time, I was able to dismantle that heartbreak, right? That fear pricking my heart. And so, this is a great awareness that when we step forward, what's keeping us, stepping forward is the fear of rejection, the fear of what other people would think. But then when we realize through this that it's just their opinion, that I get to choose what it means, how I feel, the actions I take in the physical world with my energy, then I'm released from this cage of fear, right? And I love that. Then your final card is the 10 of Coins. I had a feeling it was going to be a very abundant card, one of the most abundant cards, which is fullness of the outside world. It's both in the palace, the coin, the relationship, the child, the dog, the ancestors and ancestry. It's the fullness of life in the outside world. And so we start to see the world differently when we realize we're in charge of our true dream and that we aren't looking. It's not about the end result. It's not about attaching to an outcome. It's about I'm living my dream every moment, and in that I feel the fullness of life. So a lot of amazing energy around here about boundaries going away. Where am I investing my energy? What about my well-being? What about me living and not existing? Beautiful, beautiful energies coming in here. So I hope this encourages you, gives you some clarity to how to use this energy coming up. And it'll be hanging around, like we said, anywhere 4 to 6 weeks, even 8 weeks after the actual eclipse. So you'll be able to use this energy for quite a while. All right, so I love that. And if you're interested in diving deeper, these are about our collective energies that Spirit wants each of us to know, whoever is watches this video. Couple things. I do offer personal readings. All that information's down in the description box. Through the month of March, I've extended my Crazy Zen Super Sales, so they're actually on sale. There's a link down below that talks about all the ones that I offer. And then also, I have a hedge of peace and love that helps pocket energy away for, it's a couple week process. It's an energetic process. And that's also half price. If you look at that in the description box, it'll tell you more about that if you go check out that site down there. And then also, I do offer YouTube channel monthly memberships. 2 levels. Zen Cricket is $2.99 a month. Praying Mantis is $7.99 a month. And we get together on Thursdays as a joint group to, more personal readings, oracle readings, past life readings. We talk astrology, whatever else you'd like to do. And then also my Praying Mantis on Friday and Saturday nights after my live sessions when I go live to do free readings. And on Sunday, we also have time together. And the Praying Mantis get advanced access to all of my videos that I put out. So they had access to this one in advance as well. So if you're interested, there's a link down below to get into that. Also, for all of both levels, when I go live Friday nights, Saturday morning and Saturday nights and Sunday for free readings, they get prioritization during those sessions. And I also make sure on Fridays and Saturdays that I always get to your reading same day. Sundays, I do that for everyone as a special treat so that anyone that's been trying to get a free reading that wasn't able to get one, that they will get a response from Spirit sometime during the day on Sunday. So if you're interested, again, link in the description box below. So wonderful, Zen friends, as we're going through all this adventure, remember every second of every day of our lives that we truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, hang in there, take care of yourself, and remember, have fun. We'll see you soon.